Steve. I hope you are doing great today. I would like to start this interview with some questions, so here we go. For the first question, for people who are discovering your project, how will you describe your sound and what makes the band unique? For the second question, can you tell us how the project started? What inspired you to create the band?
Hi, Stephanie. Thank you so much for having me on your show today. So our band has been around for a while. This is our fourth record that we've put out, Be Well. And I think that what makes us a unique band is that, it's all coming from my particular unique way of writing songs. And the other guys in the band all have unique ways of playing their instruments. So get us all together, and hopefully it's a unique thing that can only come from us. That's at least the way I like to think about it. So the band started years ago. When I first moved to New York, I was in a band for a while in Toronto, and that band sort of broke up a couple different times, and then moved to New York. And then I, just wanted to sort of play out, so I was playing by myself for a while. Then I got my friend Pete, who also plays in a band called the Figs, to play drums. So it was just us as a duo for a while. And then, I really wanted to have an entity where it was sort of just reflecting my songs and my sensibilities, but that, hopefully friends would come and chip in and play. I've been very, very lucky that the people I've played music with, they've all been highest caliber musicians. They're all like really, really good. So that's great. It makes it easier for me because I love, playing music with people who are good at playing music.
I know your music blends different influences throughout your discography. So, which artists, bands, or experience have had the biggest impact on your sound?
So in terms of artists and bands who have influenced the sound, I mean, you can go all the way back to the Beatles for me. Like they were probably, the foremost influence on the way I write music and hear music. I was also influenced by like Hendrix and, other artists like that at an early age. And then I got later more interested in like the alternative scene and underground scenes like the Velvet Underground, but also, other like post punk and then like sort of snotty music. Like I love snotty music, I'm not, crazy into hardcore punk, but I love punk when it's like at its most snottiness, So yeah, those are the things that influence our sound, all of it jumbled up together.
For the next two questions, what does your songwriting process usually look like? Do songs begin with lyrics, with melodies, or with something different? And your lyrics often feel like personal and reflective. Where do you usually draw inspiration when writing?
In terms of the songwriting process, it kind of changes every time. Sometimes, like, I'll come up with some kind of title that inspires the rest of the song. Maybe it'll be like title and then music and then lyrics, or maybe it'll be like lyrics and then music, or sometimes it's all the music first and then lyrics and then title. It just sort of depends. And I find that I almost kind of don't even really want to know what the process is because I don't want it to get tedious and repetitive. So it's kind of a new ballgame every time, at least in my head. So in terms of the lyrics, it really depends. There are some times when I'm writing first person narrative from my experience. Sometimes it's writing from somebody else's experience, but it's always from my perception of what's happening in that third person's, life or brain. And it can be anything. It can be like some things that, are sort of affecting me, or maybe it's some kind of whimsical notion that I've got. For this last record, a lot of it has to do with my local neighborhood and things that were sort of happening over a period of time just locally, which I thought, I hadn't really done that before. And it's like, oh, I'll just sort of see what's around my, my local area, my neighborhood. And I kind of like that I did that, and maybe I'll keep doing that. We'll just have to sort of see where the wind blows me.
I know, Steve, you perform in different cities through your career, so I would like to ask you, what do you enjoy most about playing live, and how does the energy of people, of the audience, influence your performance?
So I love playing live, love it. I wish we could do more of it. And I think that, we really hit our stride when we play, a bunch of shows in a row. It's really nice to sort of get into that rhythm and start kind of feeding off each other. And we sort of do it anyway in the midst of like the individual show itself. But it's really nice after like a period of a run of shows, and it's like, oh yeah, cool, we're running on all cylinders. And yeah, it's really great to get that feedback and energy from the audience that we're performing in front of. There's nothing like it. It's kind of its own unique experience.
Can you tell us about your latest release? What inspired you, and what do you hope listeners take away from it?
So yeah, so for this latest record, as I was saying, a lot of it was inspired by like my neighborhood and some local things going on in my neighborhood. Some of them to me, some of them to other people, and I really hope that it's great if listeners latch on to one song here and there, but it'd be also great if they could listen to the whole thing back to front, because I think it is kind of a unique and uniform listening experience. Hopefully, that's the way we usually try to make our records, like sort of back to front and like a whole journey with us. So take that journey with us.
And Steve, do you have any exciting news or upcoming projects you would like to share with your fans? And where can everyone find you on social media and streaming platforms?
So in terms of future plans, I'd love to just keep playing out, keep playing shows, and start writing a next record and start playing that way. If people want to follow us, our website is ssatlon.com for Steve Shieffman and the Land of No. On Instagram, we're at ssatlon. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, so come find us. Oh, and we're on Bandcamp too, so check us out there.